Hello everybody, this is number one Thomas fan here, aka Tom. Yeah, that's my name. Not really. I'm not about to show my real name on YouTube because don't ask. If you have been watching Thomas and his friends for many years, then you're a pretty good fan. Thomas the Tank Engine and his friends have been around for 76 years. I feel like I want to talk about a topic that not a lot of people do talk about. The video games. Not like those video games like on PC, Super Nintendo, or none of that. I'm talking about the games that were in the DVD interactive segments or whatever it was. Back in the days when Thomas and his friends were starting to get released on DVD, the people who had made Thomas decided to add a bunch of games for the kids to reenact. Basically, the point of these games is that you visit a place from the island of Sodor, and one of the engines is gonna have a game for you, whether it be a puzzle, or to remember something, or to find an engine, etc. Each and every one of these games was narrated by Robin Smith, which I'm not gonna lie, does a pretty good job on some of these engines. Like, take for a look at an example of Thomas and Percy.
Hi, as you know, I'm Thomas. Do you know the first letter in my name? Play games in my spare time on the island, and this is one of my favorites. Help your Island of Sodor friends by piecing together the following puzzles.
I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like Thomas and Percy to me. He does have some pretty good other voice actors. For example, like Edward.
Hi, I'm Edward. Welcome to Read to Race, where you can read to help me beat Spencer.
But then there are those voices who don't really suit the kids. Like, for example, James, I still have a doubt about liking his voice or not.
Iron Airy and Iron Bert are always trying to break things down at the yards, and just look what they've done to this picture. Can you help put it back together?
Bill or Ben?
Desperate to get new buffers like my brother Ben's, that I didn't pay attention to what I was doing. Not only did I ruin my buffers, but I broke this picture. Can you help?
Duncan and Gordon.
I had a loose whistle, and when I blew it, it popped off and broke this picture. Would you please help me put it back together?
I'm the fastest engine on the island, but sometimes that gets me into trouble. Look at what happened when I didn't pay attention to the signs.
Another thing that I want to point out is that the crew were testing a bunch of animation on Thomas and Friends. And let me tell you, they did great. I mean, look at these engines. They look pretty good in my opinion. Yeah, I know, Thomas and Friends is not a show to be cartoony or something. Like, well...
Here comes Thomas on the number one engine. Whoa! All engines go!
Ah! But at least it's better than this crap. While this animation did really good, in 2005, things did change for the animation of Thomas the Tank Engine. Of what I can predict, in 2005, back when Hit Entertainment bought the Thomas franchise, the animation for Thomas the Tank Engine and his friends changed. It turned into what looked like a CGI-ish or 3D Thomas. I don't know how you would describe this. And what do I think of this? Well, where do I start? The animation looks good. It looks like it will be a good little animated short of Thomas and Friends. The problem is, well, okay, let me start with the engines themselves. There are a few times when the engines look like they're pretty good. Like, for example, I really enjoy this Tim Machete right here. Even if it looks like it doesn't even have a turntable. Like, the line just goes through straight forward and it doesn't even have a turntable. Like, it's just a bunch of switches. Anyway, I love how I get a little trivia of who's inside there. Henry, Gordon, Percy, and Thomas. And there's also this weird little part where a troublesome truck is literally rolling out of the shed with a bunch of presents. And with the top hat saying,
Shh. Don't tell anyone that that's where I'm hiding the presents.
right, out of a million places, Toppin, you just had to hide it in the sheds where everybody sleeps. Real. I also like the inclusion of other sort of characters like Salty, Cranky, James, some random ass moving trucks, Devious Diesel, Mavis, even freaking Network and Emily got mini cameos. Oh, and we can't forget about Harold the helicopter. Man, that Harold looks pretty nice. Then there's the Calling All Engines game version of the movie. And let me tell you, something was telling me on the inside that this was gonna be the same version as the movie, but I was going to be interacting with the steam engines, playing along with the story, etc. But no, we were just doing the steam engines and the diesel engines had to pair up to save and build the airport in time before this and that, you'll get the thing. So let's review each part of this story. The game opens up with a book about telling how Thomas and Mavis reunite the steam engines and the diesel engines to help them build the airport in time. Okay, this is about to be a nitpick, but what is up with this windmill scene? Like, it doesn't even look like the actual TV show one. Just take a look at this. The background looks bland, that windmill's not even close to this side, and what part of Solar is this? Like, I've never seen this before in the original show. Now, I know this is their version of the Island of Solar, and this is gonna be a nitpick, but come on, please try to make it a little bit accurate to the show. Each one has 5 games during the follow-up. The first one is about Harold collecting a bunch of supplies and taking it to some random people in the Island of Solar. The second one is about Mavis and Percy working together at the solar paint factory. The third game is about James and Salty rebuilding the solar suspension bridge by collecting the shapes or something like that. The fourth game, I pretty much find the character's choice for these are useless. We choose Gordon and Diesel to pair up, we get like a few seconds of them, and then we transition to Tim and Sheds. Like, why? What was the point of that? Like, we couldn't at least get them a transition or something? Like, what are we supposed to do? Like, what was the point of these? I don't know, maybe I'm just nitpicky. The fifth and final game, which I pretty much like, it's one of my favorites. We paired out our protagonist Thomas with our favorite antagonist from Metro World, Diesel 10, to clean up the mess from the airport that we saw earlier during the Percy and Mavis transition. I love how they took the time to make the Diesel 10 model just for this one video game transition. We get this pretty nice transition, seeing Thomas, Percy, Diesel 10, Salty, and Mavis at the airport looking at the fireworks, which I'm not gonna lie, pretty nice. Oh, and before I forget, there were those times where the crew will go back to using the original models just for a few learning segments. Did I just say learning segments? Video game segments. Like for example, Arthur's Tricky Travel. They took the time to make this footage just for the fans to help Arthur on his journey. Same for Toby's Day Out. Whew, that was tough. We covered everything. I think I expressed everything I feel about these. What do I think of these two different kinds of animation at the end? The games, the animation, they're kinda good. They don't stand like the original show, which they still look pretty good to me from the originals. You know, from World Cup, this and that. But I still find these to be pretty entertaining. They kind of give you nostalgic, and it's kind of fun to play a while or read along stories, this and that, than just watching a bunch of stories in one whole DVD. So do I recommend it? Yeah, pretty much. If you're feeling like me and want some nostalgia in your life, then this is kind of one of them. So, if you're really going to be like me, if you have a DVD, at least one of the classic DVDs or something, pop it, play a game, tell me which one you play, and then give me your reviews on it to see if you like it or not. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you in the next one.